What's happening, everyone? It's the Fantasy Stock Exchange back here with you with another 7-round team mock draft for the NFL 2020 NFL Draft. We have the Carolina Panthers on tap for today. Danny, how you doing?
Doing well. Yeah, first rounder. They picked seventh overall. This is a team who's made great moves in the offseason with their coaching hires. Matt Rule and getting Joe Brady as their offensive coordinator, bringing in Teddy Bridgewater as their new starting quarterback for the future. Uh, yeah, this team's got the weapons in place, so it'll be interesting to see how they can attack this 7-round draft. So, you ready to kick us off, or?
Yeah, I just want to start with a little preliminary discussion about the seventh pick. Do you stick and pick or do you trade back? Because my philosophy is I think they're tanking. Like, I think they're
Yeah.
full out, like, let's get Trevor Lawrence, let's get Justin Fields, let's get X quarterback prospect that they like. I think they want to with the retirement of Luke Kuechly and the jettison of Cam Newton and all this stuff. I think they want to get young. I think they want to get fast. I know Matt Rule loves fast players, and I think they want to build it from the ground up. He's a program builder. He did it at Baylor and Temple. So,
I,
yeah, what are your thoughts on the seventh pick?
I was going to mention, I agree with that. The only player that I'm not trading back for, in my opinion, would be, say, if, first of all, if Okuda fell, either Okuda or Simmons, one of those two, if they're there at 7, I'm taking them. If not, then you look at a team like the Jets or even like the Bucks, like one of those teams that want to like secure a top tackle.
Mm-hmm.
7's the perfect spot to really trade down from at that point. So, what are your thoughts on
Yeah,
that?
I think the receiver needy teams also could potentially want to hop some of the other teams. Like if Denver wants to come up and get Ruggs or whatever, like I don't think that's a horrible trade down either because Denver has a lot of mid round picks, so they might be able to swing like 2/3 or something for a eight spot trade up. So
Yeah, that'd be great value, especially for a team like Carolina, who again has like uh, so many needs on, especially on their defense, that
yeah,
they
their defense sucks.
acquiring that extra capital would be huge. So, yeah,
Hmm.
let's get ready to kick them off. Yeah, Burrow, Young. Pretty typical. Akuda would have been a great pick, but
Oh, Simmons might be there.
yeah,
Simmons is there.
I
Stick and
think
pick.
I
Take
think
Simmons.
yeah, that's a no-brainer for me as well. Just take Isaiah Simmons. If you don't know who Isaiah Simmons is by now, viewers, like he's probably the most.
He's a
Yeah,
freak, man.
yeah, he's literally like a freak. Like there's no
Yeah,
other way to put it.
he's a physical specimen. Like he Isaiah Simmons in this defense would be fun as hell because I think
Literally,
they got a lot. Like I said, Matt Rule loves speed. It's one of the things he had to interview with Move the Sticks a couple months ago, and he basically said like, if you give me fast, strong, smart football players, or not even football players, like athletes, I'll turn them into football players, like good football players.
I agree.
So he believes in his coaching ability, as do most coaches, but he thinks he can. I feel like Carolina is going to take a lot of not risky players, but guys that maybe don't have the best production, more so measurable type guys with a lot of athleticism. That's the type of player that Carolina looks for, or
Yeah,
Matt Rule looks for specifically.
Simmons fits that mold. Like literally, like he is the poster child of that
Yeah,
mold.
and he has production. So
He's 6'4", 230 pounds, running 4.39, and he's an absolute just freak of nature. Like he's strong, he's fast, he's physical, he's smart. Getting him at 7 there, like that's completely remaking your defense. So yeah, I love the value there. We're back on the board here. It's second round pick 38. Starting off the second round, Bengals went Patrick Queen, linebacker, LSU. Colts again, second straight mock draft, got Jordan Love. Great value there. Terrell Lewis, Curtis Weaver, and Jacob Eason going 37 to the Chargers. So, looking at the board here, we can go a guy like Blacklock, Marlon Davidson. What kind of direction you think we should go here?
see, to me, I think it's between three players right now. I think it's between Cesar Ruiz because they traded
I
Trey
like that
Turner, and
too.
I think Cesar Ruiz is far and away the best interior alignment in this draft. And I think getting him at 38 would probably not happen.
Steal.
I don't think he's there at 38.
I like
Um,
him and Cushenberry here as well. Like if I'm going to go
yeah,
interior.
and Noah Igbenogany is the one standing out to me at corner. I think he's the best one on the board still. I know you can't actually see the ones, but I
We
can
could
kind
check
of
it real
guess who's
quick.
on the board.
So yeah, Igbenog. Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree. He's
to me
easily
he's
my
by
number
far the
one.
best one on the board right now.
Agree.
Trevon Diggs is a little. They're a little. Like the draft network's a little lower on Trevon Diggs than I am. I think Trevon Diggs is a bit better than 55 in the draft. I think he's probably like around like top like 45 player. But go back to the all page.
Oh
Between those guys and you mentioned Blacklock.
yeah,
Blacklock is
I
like
love
kind of what I
Blacklock.
just mentioned. Measurables like he's a freak. Like he's very good athlete for his size. So I think Blacklock, and I think the league in general is going to be very high on Blacklock. I know a lot of the big name scouts and media guys have been talking up Blacklock because they know that the league is very high on him. So to me, in term for realistic for a realistic perspective, I think the pick is Blacklock
Agreed.
here, because I think it's also like the Draft Network has it listed as their biggest need, and I agree. I think it is their biggest need because they lost Dontari Poe, Gerald McCoy, even they lost someone else too. I think Addison maybe.
Yeah, Mario Addison.
Yeah. So I think they need D line help in a pretty big way, and I think Ross Blacklock definitely fits the profile of what they're looking to do. But of the three guys that are there, I don't think they can go wrong with any of them.
Agreed. I mean, if Neville Gallimore was available here, he would be in a huge consideration with him and Blacklock personally. But yeah, take him at 38 here. You get Ross Blacklock, good interior rusher, tons of upside. I mean, I think I'm high on all these TCU guys because I mean, I love Gladney, I love Reagor, and I love Blacklock. So getting him at
Before you
38
pick
here.
him, actually, can you go to all for a second? I just
Yeah, of course.
want to see if we could trade down because I think the board is pretty good in their favor right now.
Ooh, look at Jonathan Taylor.
Does anyone need Cesar Ruiz right now?
Bears.
Josh Jones is on the board. Is there a tackle needy team?
Bucks. Did the Bucks take one in the first
The
round?
Bucks picked Swift in the
Swift.
first round, so I think they would pick.
So
See if we can make a trade with Tampa.
So
give them 38 and probably the
four?
fourth rounder. Yeah, probably 117.
we can see if we can get a 6-2, but I doubt it.
Oh yeah, I don't know if they're gonna do that. Sixth probably.
We could take it off. Yeah.
Yeah, take the sixth off.
Never hurts to ask.
Deny.
Maybe we can go for the other 4.
Yeah, maybe try the other 4. If they don't take that, then we'll just say screw it. But
yeah, maybe we could find another team. Yeah, so
it.
Buccaneers are just playing hardball. They don't want to deal within the division.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking here. Maybe the Jets.
Yeah. The Jets. Who did the Jets pick in the first round?
They took Henry Ruggs. So
Henry Ruggs. Okay, yeah. Maybe they want to come up for a tackle then.
It'd make perfect sense for them.
Try and fleece them. Let's see if we can get their third.
Let's do it. And then we'll go for the 79 if they decline this. So
try and give them like 148. See if, or 113 actually. Try and give them 113 in return. No. Yeah, keep the second and yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Wow. So the Jets, like their front office is coming to fucking put their foot down.
Yeah, that should be good.
If they decline this, like, do they not realize they need a tackle?
We're sticking picking. These people don't realize that they need tackles. Okay.
We can find one more team, maybe.
Probably.
Maybe. What about the Bears?
Yeah, I don't think they really need it. Like they could use Cesar Ruiz, but I don't think he's like a huge, like massive glaring need for them.
That's fair. I mean, aside from that, I don't really see too many tackle needed teams. So yeah, let's just take the value here. You say Ross Blacklock? I'm fully on.
I think Blacklock's definitely fills the biggest need, and I think he has the most upside of the 3 guys that we were looking at.
Let's do it.
If they hit Jones here, I'm gonna laugh. Good job, Bucks.
Yeah, they knew.
But never back down. All right, so hopefully there's a corner on the board with our next pick because I think that is their next biggest need.
Agreed.
But interior O-line is also pretty large as well, in my opinion.
Checking the borders,
like one of the best guards in the league, but they lost.
If one of these 3 fall, like I'll be super hyped for them.
Of the guys right there.
Over Dantzler?
Yeah, I think Bryce Hall's. I went back and watched Bryce Hall recently, and he's kind of a victim of out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah,
if you know what I mean. Like he didn't play like half the year or more than half the year. And he was he was unreal in 2018. Like he would have been the best corner in that draft 2 years ago. So he went back to school, unfortunately for him, because he got injured. But I think he's, again, like I said, I think they're going to be willing to take risks. I think the Panthers know they're not going to win a lot of games this year, and I think they know
Sorry.
Yeah, they know they're not going to win a lot of games this year, so I think they're going to be willing to take boomer bust type prospects. I think Bryce Hall has the potential to be much like the guy that they lost. I think he can turn into type of like a James Bradbury type.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. Thing with Bryce Hall that kind of concerns me is I don't think he has necessarily all of the physical traits, and he kind of lacks sometimes on man coverage. But I mean, you're taking that risk that's baked in here at 69 because if he had those locked up, he would be a first round player. So yeah, I mean, great value here, good upside. I like Bryce Hall here, so I mean these three are kind of like similar to me. So if you're preferring Hall, I'm fully on board.
Yeah, originally I liked Dantzler a lot better, but Dantzler's testing numbers really scare me
Yeah, I mean
because
it's
he
just
ran a
weird
four, he ran a
because
4.6. Like that's
yeah,
not good.
he ran a 4.64. It's just weird to me because when you watch him on film, you didn't see 4.64
No, I didn't either.
like at
I didn't
all.
think he'd be the fastest guy in the
I
world,
thought
but
he'd
I
be like
thought
a
he would probably
4.52 maybe.
4.52. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's about where I thought he'd be.
Yeah. By the way, you know you're Canadian when you're drinking water out of a nice hockey water bottle. So
Yeah, for sure.
Natani
All
Muti at
right,
102.
where's our pick? Where's the next pick here?
I know. I keep referencing Natani Muti
Oh,
because
fair.
I know PFF loves him off for some reason.
Yeah, they like him.
A lot. Like they have him
Okay,
as the number one interior guy.
okay. I'm looking
Uh,
interior for sure.
yeah, let's do it.
O line.
Nick Harris is
Nick Harris,
great
steal,
value.
take him. Boom.
Easy.
You can plug him in, and he's not obviously going to be as good as Trey Turner year one, but like I think he's got some upside to him. Yes, I love the Van
Agreed.
Jefferson all day, Bucks. I love it.
you
Um,
you love the Bucks every
I
time
love
they take
Van
him.
Jefferson too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those
I
actually
think that's a perfect fit. Plugging Nick Mart or sorry, who do we take
Nick
again?
Harris.
Nick Harris. Sorry.
Nick Martin, the
Uh,
brother of Zach.
yeah, no, plugging Nick Harrison. I think that's a great fit. You definitely just patch up the hole that you created with Trey Turner and developmental guy like Nick Harris.
Yeah, I agree. I was just gonna preface too in terms of who are we mentioning? Let me just check right now. So Nick Harris. Oh, Van Jefferson. I know it doesn't mean much because like you'll hear this all the time with like cornerbacks talking about receivers that like they were best at. But I'm not sure if you watched the Zoom call Christian Fulton had with the Cowboys, but
Said Van Jefferson.
he was asked who's the best receiver you played all year, and he said Van Jefferson. So I mean, I don't know. It doesn't really mean much because it's just
I
someone's
I put
word, but
stock into that. I think I can't remember how many years ago it was, but someone had said who's the best corner you went up against, and it was James Bradbury that they said, and they were like people were like, oh, James Bradbury. Like there was a lot of like highly rated corners in that draft. That was the Eli Apple, Vernon Hargraves, Jalen Ramsey draft. So a lot of people were expecting them to say, because I'm pretty sure it was an SEC guy too. Um, they were asking him like who's the best corner, and he said James Bradbury, and people were kind of confused by that. And basically, what he said about him was like he just knows how to play the position. Like he's nothing special, but he like, and I think that's exactly what James Bradbury is. So I think
yeah.
a guy like Van Jefferson is definitely
I mean,
I think
he
he definitely fits that description. He just knows how to play receiver.
I mean, he can instantly fit in as a nuanced veteran type of rookie, if that makes any sense. He can slide in as your wide receiver three right off the bat and be a good wide receiver two down the line, in my opinion.
Yeah, and
So
I'm not comparing him to this player because I
Adam
think
Thielen,
this player. No, I am comparing him to the way Chris Godwin is when he came out of Penn State. Chris Godwin was a lot like that. A lot of people thought we're like Chris Godwin's a rookie. Like he sounds like he speaks
yeah.
and plays and works like he's a veteran. Like he doesn't act like a rookie. So I think Van Jefferson's a lot like that. And enough Van Jefferson talk. We'll get to
Yeah, it's our pick. We're the
our next
viewers.
pick here.
Yeah, Van Jefferson off the board. We can't get him here,
Yeah,
unfortunately. I mean, we could check receiver. Oh no, they have. I don't know why it even says that. They have Robbie Anderson, Curtis Samuel, and DJ Moore. That's not even like.
I think they're shopping Curtis Samuel. So I
That'd be
heard that
fun.
they're potentially shopping Curtis Samuel. So I think that's probably
Please.
why the receiver needs there is like. And plus, I don't think they have many guys after their top three. I think it's kind of barren after that in terms of depth. So
I'm saying, please, please. I'm a Curtis Samuel owner. Please send him to a team that's going to use him. Like
yeah,
he's a good player. He's just never really like gotten the opportunity. I mean, I know you're
want
gonna
to
hear that from every. Huh?
trade him in division for Tampa as a slot guy. I know that's not really a great fantasy fit, but I like that for us.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, there's
go
nothing.
to
Why
safety
am I a
for a
running
second. I want
back?
to see what the safeties are looking like.
Why did I go to running back? I was even thinking.
Yeah, I'm
J.R.
not gonna
Reed.
pick. I'm not gonna pick J.R. Reed for every
Take him
team,
right.
but
I
I like Tanner Muse here. I
was gonna
think
say Tanner Muse, even
and
like an
Antoine
Antoine
Brooks. I like
Brooks.
both of them.
Good
I
players
think
here.
we
I
can
mean,
get them in the next round, though. I don't think we have to pick them here, or even
yeah,
just at 152, we can get them.
yeah. Let's wait. I mean, we could look at backup quarterback because aside from Teddy Bridgewater, what do they really have going on there? I mean, I
Will
know they,
Greer,
yeah, Will Greer, Kyle Allen. Do you really like trust
Kyle
any of
Allen's
those
gone
guys?
now. They traded him to the Redskins,
Oh
so
yeah,
it's
they
just
sent him to
Will.
the Redskins.
Yeah,
Didn't they
it's
send
just
him
Will
to?
Greer back there. Go to the quarterback, see if there's any upside there.
Nothing.
I don't see anyone. Like I don't
Maybe
really
like a
need
Cole
Stanley or.
McDonald. Like
Yeah, I
no.
think we can get him later.
Yeah, that's true. We can wait on that. I mean, we could check edge as well. There's nothing here.
Go to tight
Oh,
end actually.
Harrison
Okay.
Bryant.
See, Harrison Bryant's interesting to me because I like Ian Thomas. I think he's a solid player, but I think you don't want to you want to hedge your bets a little bit with him because he's never really been a full time player, and you lost Greg Olson. So, my votes for Harrison Bryant here. I think it's a good like kind of
Yeah.
developmental guy to go with Ian Thomas for the future.
Now, if he ends up going to like hypothetically in the real NFL, if they took a guy like Harrison Bryant and say like he got fourth round draft capital, who do you project to be better long term between him and Ian Thomas?
I like Ian Thomas. I think it would be Ian Thomas still, unless
Okay.
they took a tight end in like the second or third round. I think it would still be Ian Thomas
Okay. Just take him here. I mean, it doesn't hurt adding another weapon.
for sure.
Oh wow, the
Uh,
Bucks didn't get Josiah Degura this time.
yeah, kidding. Yeah, here I vote for probably Antoine Brooks of the safeties would be my vote.
I
My vote
like
here.
it. Yeah, let's do it. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
we
Uh,
know they like Maryland players. It took DJ Moore out of Maryland a couple years ago. So
Davon Taylor, by the way, going to the 49ers in the fifth round. I mean, you get a full upside guy on probably the team that could afford to take that the most. I mean, I just love that. Cowboys taking
wasting
Tyler Johnson.
Tyler Johnson.
I
Yeah.
like it.
There
Hey,
he
the
is.
Texans got a receiver, D Hop replacement.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
It's just fun seeing some of these because like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, for sure.
What about?
Okay, what's our needs? They got a lot of picks. I didn't know they had this many
Yeah,
picks.
I mean, we could take a
Um,
receiver in case we are like hypothetically we are
yeah, I would say
shopping.
let's look at receiver here.
I mean,
AGG is my pick. I
I
think
was about to say
he's not necessarily the best fit for their offense, but I think he's a good enough athlete that Matt Rule would like him, and I think he gives them an element that they don't have
I
too, which is yeah.
I was just
Plus,
about to mention that. Like, yeah, you've mentioned it time and time again. You want to build your receiving core like a basketball team.
mhm,
I mean, they got the possession guy in DJ Moore. They got a field stretcher in Robbie Anderson. I mean, hypothetically, they're trading Curtis Samuel, but he's more like that gadget interior, like intermediate guy. Now you're adding
yeah,
an absolute physical specimen on the outside who can just come down with it. Like, I like it.
yeah, for sure. I
Nice.
think he's also just a tier above the other guys.
Yeah, I agree. The only one after him that really truly intrigues me would be a guy like Jawan Jennings, but I don't know how high the NFL is on
Yeah.
him.
James Prochet would be the best one on
Oh,
my board
Prochet is good
currently. Even
too.
over, I have him over AGG, but I think James Prochet is a lot like the receivers they already have,
Yeah,
so I wouldn't want for
I mean
Carolina. I don't think he would fit very well.
more of a like a possession kind of
Finesse guy, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so let's give AGG, sorry, round 6. Good
Mhm.
value.
This one's shaping up pretty decently as well. I think this one's going to be one of our better ones for in terms of grading and whatnot.
Agree with that. Justin Strnad is an interesting pick in the 6th round for the Bears too.
Hmm.
Interesting player.
Nate Stanley,
Trey
Trey Adams.
Adams.
Yeah, I actually went back and watched Trey Adams again a couple days ago because I we've been taking him in our mocks and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, is Trey Adams any good still? Like he did not look good this
I
year.
know, bro. Like that's
He
why
did
every
not look
time
good.
like we've been talking about it, I'm like, I'm not a great fan of him,
I
but
know. I
like
liked him. I liked him so much like 2 years ago before he was eligible. But I was like, oh man, like he's just not like that good
that's what I
anymore.
was gonna say. Like, it sucks because like when he was like healthy and he came in, starting right away, like he's a really good player.
He was
It's
like
just
one of the
those
highest recruited OTs in that class too. Like when he came out of high school, he was like a high ass recruit.
injuries have just taken their toll on him so hard. It's
Hmm.
sad to see, but yeah, every time we've taken him, I'm like I don't think he's that good. But heck, if we're taking him ugh, in the 6th, 7th round, I don't really see too many other guys that would have stood out there anyway. So yeah, we can
Any
look back at
quarterback,
quarterback. I
yeah.
mean, Cole McDonald's still here. I mean, we could 7th rounder just depth, or we could take your
To
boy
me, it
Shea
just seems
Patterson.
like it seems like a wasted pick to pick a quarterback here.
I don't know. I think Cole McDonald might have the like he could step in and instantly have the highest upside out of their backup options.
I don't hate doubling up on corner here, or
I wouldn't
maybe
mind that either.
IDL too, even because I think that they could use two at both.
There's like nobody here I care about at all.
Yeah, IDL is
Let's check
pretty rough.
corners. Lavert Hill. Lavert Hill's a good
Lavert
value.
Hill,
I think
yeah.
that's the pick.
I don't hate Levante Taylor too.
Yeah. What are you thinking here? Hill or Taylor? Your opinion?
Let's go Hill. Hill's probably a better player, so
Michigan boy.
It's a
I
seventh
like that.
round pick. You're kind of just
Yeah.
dart throwing it anyway. Just
Rico
add some
Dowdle.
competition and rotation to the. I think Lavert Hill can play special teams too if you even need him to do that. Most
Agreed.
likely.
Agreed. Let's just see if we have any picks. No, we don't. Okay. Yeah, I mean, looks like a pretty solid draft. Obviously, we're gonna go over it in our review, but yeah, Panthers fans should definitely be happy about that.
Yeah, you should be happy that a Bucks fan gave you a good draft.
Or like how we gave the Eagles a good draft as a Cowboys fan.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're just gonna enter these last few picks and then give a nice team review. So
yeah. I definitely like. I think the Panthers were doing the smart thing when Kuechly retired. I think that was the sign that you need to kind of blow this thing up and build from the ground up. Get rid of some of your older players, your Olsons, your Gerald McCoys, your
see,
whatnot.
not too many teams are thinking like that though, which is dumb
Hmm.
because like that the Panthers did the smart thing, but you look at the team like, can you really tell me if the Texans are trying to contend or rebuild?
I mean, they're trying to contend, and I think the problem for the Texans is that they're always going to be a contender, even if we're trying to rebuild,
Because
because
of Deshaun
Watson's so
Watson,
good. It's like the Seahawks. Even when the Seahawks rebuild, it's like you pick a 22nd in the draft because like Russell Wilson's
carry you
guaranteed
to the
9 wins
playoffs.
every time.
It's just insane. I mean, you look at it. Fact is, Bill O'Brien. Like, we're not even gonna get into it, obviously, because we're in the Panthers right now. But like, that's another subject matter. But man, like, pick your choice. Do you want to rebuild or do you want to contend? Because like trading away
Yeah,
your best wide receiver just doesn't tell me anything. So,
yeah,
uh,
definitely a smart decision by the Panthers. So we'll go through this real quick. I think Isaiah Simmons at 7's a home run. Like if that happens,
yeah,
like count your blessings, Panthers fans, because you know it's not Luke Kuechly, but it's probably the next best thing. So
like I
yeah,
would not be surprised if he ended up being a top 5 linebacker in the next 2 years.
yeah, no, I wouldn't shock me if he was the top 5 linebacker his rookie year. I think he's that good of a player. I think he's special. I think he's a special player. He could you use him, put him on. If you put him in rush in passing downs on the edge, you could do it. Like he can do anything.
Heck,
Imagine
if
him and Burns on the edge. The speed of that edge rusher duo.
you could put him at freaking slot corner if you really wanted to on passing
Yeah,
downs too. Like he's just like it's just insane. He can do anything you want him to. But
yeah, he's a tight end eraser too. So
yeah,
in the NFC South, there's some decent tight ends with Howard and Hurst
yeah,
now in Atlanta and Jared Cook in New Orleans. There's some decent tight ends. Isaiah Simmons
they're out
will
of the
erase
game.
them.
Yeah.
He's an eraser of tight ends. So
But yeah, let's
the
just go
Ross
into it.
Blacklock pick for sure is one I like. Also, I'm not the biggest Ross Blacklock fan, but I think this is the type of situation you'd want him. Is in like kind of like where he doesn't have to play right away, or he doesn't have to like be really good
Yeah.
right away.
You pick him as an upside pick. You let him
Hmm.
develop. I mean, this is a rebuilding team. You let him develop on that defensive line. I mean, you got Brian Burns there. You're going to pair him with Blacklock. They have a huge need there with losing their 2 interior defensive tackles from last year. Yeah, getting him at 38 is a good value. So, yeah, and then we segue on to the Bryce Hall pick again. Picking him at 69, I just think is great value. You have
Nice.
absolutely nothing going on. Nice. Yeah, you have absolutely nothing going on in your secondary and you can afford to take the risk in terms of his medicals and overall like some hiccups in his play last year. So I've been getting him at 69. I mean, he's got the potential to easily be a corner one in my opinion if he hits. So in this situation, you're rebuilding, take him. Great value, third rounder. So yeah, I know you prefaced that a lot when we were actually making the
Hmm.
pick.
Yeah, I just mentioned the tight ends you face in the NFC South. Let's look at the receivers you face in the NFC South. If you have no corners
You're
and you got to go up
toast.
against Chris Godwin, Julio Jones, Mike Evans, Michael Thomas twice a year, like Jesus, good luck. And like you got another young corner to pair with Dante Jackson. I'm not a Panthers fan, so I don't know if Dante Jackson's really like that good. To be
I,
honest, like I've heard kind of mixed feelings about him as a teammate too. Like I've heard he's not the greatest in the locker room, but anyway, let's get to the other picks. Nick Harris is his home run in the fourth round. That's an absolute home run. There's no
easily,
way in hell he's going to make it to the fourth round. If he does, count your blessings. Harrison Bryant, I'm not like this whole draft. This is an A+ draft to me. This is an
easily.
A+ draft. I think every pick was good value.
I agree. I mean, again, we just mentioned Harrison Bryant there. Maybe tight end's not your hugest need, but Ian Thomas is unsure. We haven't really seen him produce in a big volume role. Plugging in a guy of Harrison Bryant's talent, and what would that be, the fifth, sixth round there at
Mm-hmm.
148? I mean, that's just insane value. I mean, he could instantly step in and give you some good quality reps right in his rookie year. So, yeah, I mean, you mentioned it. Every single pick on the board right here, I value the player at least at, if not more than where they took them. So
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's just a slam dunk draft. I mean, you go into it. I mean, Antoine Brooks at 152, Antonio Gandy Golden at 184, and then Lavert Hill in your seventh rounder as a cherry on the top. Like this is easily an A plus as well. I completely agree with that grade.
Yeah. So if you're a Panthers fan and you disagree with us, don't forget to comment down below. Tell us what we're missing. I have a feeling if you have a problem with the pick, it's probably the Blacklock one, but I could be wrong. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn the notification bell on, because if you haven't seen your team yet, it's coming up shortly.
Yep.
We're doing the rest of the NFC South. They should be out sequentially, so keep an eye out for that. And the rest of the NFC will be coming soon as well. So, Danny, you got anything to add?
Yeah, I was just gonna mention again. This is we already covered the NFC East. Obviously, Tyler and Lucas are doing their thing in the AFC. But as far as we go, we've already talked about the NFC East. This is the first installment of the NFC South series. So just stay tuned. We're gonna be plugging these away to you guys. So quality content on the way. Again, as Corey said, go like, subscribe, comment. You don't like any of our picks? Say, oh, Isaiah Simmons is the most overrated player in the draft. Make your claim, comment it down below why you think that, because
You'd be wrong.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, we love talking to you guys in the comments. We'll respond to all your comments. Go heart, like them. So yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
One
plug
last
away.
thing I wanted to mention is that the week of the draft, actually, we haven't actually announced this yet, but we're going to be doing a 3-round mock. The four of us, all four of us are going to be on it, and we'll be doing it. We're going to make it a little Hollywood for you guys, so stay
Yeah,
tuned for that as well.
and a little suit and tie action potentially. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. But yeah, we'll be signing out here. Peace out, guys. I mean, nothing much to add. So take care.